Love is weird to me. And I'm not saying that because I'm like a bitter, heartbroken, whatever. I just think it's such a weird thing, such a weird feeling. And maybe it's because of my growing up, divorced parents, whatever. I've always had a weird perception of love, the people I've been around and whatnot. But in general, it's just weird. It's such a strong emotion. It can change your life in so many different ways, good or bad. It can be amazing, can be horrible. And I suppose I'm talking about like in relationships, loving another person. It can be such a beautiful thing. It can be such an amazing thing. And it can also be such a horrible thing at the same time. Or it's not always at the same time, but I mean, sometimes, sometimes whoever you're in love with might be a horrible person who treats you like absolute dirt, and for whatever reason, your brain just won't let go of them. You're just obsessed. You just can't get enough. As much as it hurts, as much as it sucks, it's you love who you love, and that's not necessarily a good thing by any means, but it happens. There's really no control of who you love or what you love or how you love for that matter. I suppose there's somewhat control in that, but I mean, that's the thing about love. It's such a strong feeling that can you really control it if you're just stuck with it? Whether it's healthy or unhealthy, again, I'm kind of speaking about relationships, but I mean, even with your parents for that matter, you could have a terrible parent or in a lot of different ways, and for whatever reason you just still feel that love for them because they're your parent. They're who birthed you. I'm not saying that because I have terrible parents. I love my parents. I always love my parents. I guess that's kind of the point that I'm making. Even if I did have terrible parents, I'd probably still love them for being my parents. you know that's a lot of repeating here. Anyways, point being is love is just weird. It's kind of stupid. It's so strong of a feeling. It's so hard to shake. And I mean, I love a lot of things. I've not been in a lot of relationships in my life for that matter. I've been more outside and like a lending hand or a unlicensed therapist. Just a good listener, to be real. I've always been a really good listener, so I've always helped a lot of my friends with their relationship problems. And that was a weird situation for me to be in a lot of the time because I just have a weird relationship with love, I suppose, to put it simply. I've always just felt kind of strange about it. I mean, I love to love. I love a lot of people. I love a lot of things. But again, it's always just been a weird thing to me. I think it's because of my upbringing. Anyways, I brought up that I haven't been in many relationships because of a very stupid story that I wanted to tell for whatever reason, because I love just exposing my life here on this YouTube channel. It's fun for me. Anyways, my first ever girlfriend. I was in the fourth grade, little 9-year-old me. My buddy wants to go out with this girl, Jay, and I don't know if I was really the matchmaker or if he kind of just did it himself. I really can't remember all the fine details, but he felt really uncomfortable because he was like, well, I don't want to, go ask her alone or whatever. So can you go ask her friend, this girl S, to be your girlfriend and we'll do it together and it'll be like a thing. And I was like, no, but I guess I'll be supportive, whatever, just trying to be a good friend or whatever. So I did. And to my surprise, she actually said yes. And it was probably because of like the peer pressure of like those two being a couple now in the fourth grade. It was a big deal. So it was probably like the peer pressure. She didn't want her friend to feel alone or whatever. Because then in like the next day, maybe 2 days, she broke up with me. And little 9-year-old me was so ripped apart. I was so heartbroken. But I suppose I'm telling this story because it's a testament to say how strong love is. And I know it sounds like a joke, but like I actually was so sad, little 9-year-old me. I was so depressed about it. Like I thought my heart got ripped out and spit on. I was a wreck. It was horrible. But from that moment in fourth grade, I swore to never love anybody again, never get in another relationship. And then I went through puberty and I fell in love with a girl who didn't love me back and had a boyfriend at the time, and it was a whole ordeal. Quite a interesting situation to say the least, but it sucks being in love with somebody who doesn't love you back. That's another whole thing, a whole another can of worms to open. It's a mess. Love is just messy. You know, hopefully everybody out there can find their right person. I feel like I have luckily found my right person after my horrid heartbreak in fourth grade, and I guess, not everybody's so lucky. I got out pretty unscathed. Just my fourth grade trauma, but kind of a fun story. Now I'm older. It's not a big deal. It was literally 9 years old. I didn't know what love was. I thought that was bad. Boy, did I have some growing up to do. But overall, it's, you know, it's good to love. Love is a good thing. You should love. You should love people. You should love the people around you, whether you're in a relationship with, if you're in a relationship, you should definitely love the person you're in a relationship. You should not be in a relationship with somebody that you don't love or that doesn't love you. That is a bad relationship to be in. You should get out of it as immediately as possible before things go wrong. But that's besides the point. You should love people. You should love animals. You should love the fucking flowers outside. It's a beautiful world. It's a kind of a horrific world, to be honest. But there's beauty in the horror. There's beauty in the pain. I know it's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it's true. There is beauty in the pain. The point that I'm trying to make is don't be afraid to love. Just love whatever you can, whoever you can. Give all of your love out as much as possible because everybody needs some love. Okay, I take it back. Don't give out all of your love. Make sure you say some love for yourself too, because you are equally as important. You have to love yourself before anybody else. If you don't love yourself, it's very hard to love other people, at least in relationship terms. I mean, family too, with some cases. If you don't love yourself, and that's kind of the situation I'm in, is kind of don't love myself enough to love my friends. I'm trying to work on loving myself more in some capacities and trying to do better. So make sure you love yourself amongst everybody else, but don't be bitter and not love anyone or anything. Like, please, you gotta love. Love is good. Love makes you feel good. Love makes other people feel good. It's You need to spread love. We need to spread more love in the world in general, and and that's coming from me. Like I said earlier, I love to love. I'm trying to be a very love filled person, but I'm usually bitter as fuck. I'm a very angry person. I get very mad at people. I just don't act on it. I don't really say things to people's face because I'm kind of a nervous little introvert. That's the word I'm looking for. A nervous little introvert. So I don't really say anything to people when I get mad at them, but just love more. Love things, love people, love life, love everything you can as much as you can, as best as you can, because it's important. And that's why I always say, like I'm going to say now, I love you all. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening, watching, whatever. I'd love to talk to you in the comments about anything, whatever, everything. How's your day? Whatever you want to talk about, I will be there to respond. And, well, spread love, love each other, love your life, love your family. I think I already said all that. Anyways, just spread love, be happy as best as you can, and love whoever and whatever you are able to your fullest capacity. But don't ever forget to love yourself, most importantly of all. So, thank you for your time again, and good night.